Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix. You are joining me here for our second game of the evening. It's personally my favourite. I know it's not going to be a lot of people's favourites due to the matchup, but I absolutely love this matchup. I love these two players as well, and this should be a really, really cool game. At least I've got my fingers crossed. It's either going to be really cool or really short again. So hopefully we're going to get a sick TBT here, but let's introduce our two players. Heading on over to the main overlay, we'll have a look at MadiNhO first. MadiNhO, one of the newer players for ReV. He joined them in round 2, the end of it, and in round 3 he's done an incredible job beating Hermon, Best, Kiri, and Spire. Sorry, he didn't beat Kiri, he beat Best and Spire though. Best is the red Best and not the not the white Best, but still a great win for him. Looks like the history is playing a little up a bit, so I definitely need to sort this. This is definitely something weird going on, but having a look at ByuL as well, he's actually really bossing at the moment. 5-0 for him, and I mean just an overall great Terran player from South Korea. And the map they're going to be moving on to is not this screen, it's this one. It's going to be Athena 2. Now Athena 2, a very fun map. We've seen 2 TBTs on here already, should I say. One of them was I believe a BBS, so that ended very quickly, and one of the other ones was a really cool game. So hopefully we're going to get a good one here. MadiNhO definitely one of the better players on ReV. ByuL, one of the better players on SouL as well. Now the 2 TBTs we've had is Gypsy versus Reyna, where Gypsy took down Reyna, and Terra versus Irradia. So both of them a little bit one-sided. Gypsy versus Reyna was probably a lot closer, but that was the one that ended for the BBS. So a little bit disappointed with that game. But Terra versus Irradia, like Terra is one of the best farm Terrans, so that was always going to be a hard task for Irradia to come and become that. But without further ado, let's get into game number 2. It's MadiNhO versus ByuL. And starting us off here, over in the 9 o'clock position, we do have the Teal Terran fighting for SouL Gaming. It's ByuL. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom middle. It's going to be our Purple Terran fighting for Clan Revolution. MadiNhO. Now TBT, without any cloud of a doubt, is my favorite matchup in the entire game. I'm biased as hell. I love this matchup, and I will do everything in my power to make other people love it as well. TBT is one of those matchups which is very polarizing. Yes, much like PvP and CBC, you can have those incredibly fast games where someone all-ins the other guy, and the other guy doesn't have enough stuff and dies. I mean, that's always going to happen in a mirror matchup, because you have the same tools, and other than that, everything is mostly the same. Like the openings, there are so many different openings you can go for in TBT. There's aggressive ones, there's defensive ones, but more importantly, the early game isn't where TBT shines. It's the mid game. The mid and late game are just key in TBT. Now, early game, your main goal is to try and get your gas up. You either go for vultures or tanks early on, and you try and just stay alive for like the first few minutes, like first, I'd say 6 or 7 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And then obviously you have the option of going for wraiths as well, so you need to prepare for that eventuality, you need to scout for that. There's obviously a lot of proxy play that's possible in a TBT, especially because you don't have to hide any pylons or anything. Just send an SCV out and you go and proxy. But the reason why the mid game is so important is because the mid game is where you set up your late game, and I know that's the same in every single matchup. I mean, that's just a relatively normal thing to say, but in TvT I'd argue it's a lot more important. It's all about positioning. In the mid game you'll see players like Flash move out with a single tank and like 4 vultures, and that's not a very big army, but he secures an area with it, because the 1 tank or 2 tanks trade so effectively with the units that the opponent will have that you can't really do any critical damage with them, but you can secure an area, because it makes it hard to really trade efficiently. And in the early stages of the mid game in TvT, trading efficiently is the most important part. Looks like MadiNhO is going to be going for a little bit of his 2v2 flair here, going for a 2 factory play. And so is ByuL. Now the second factory from MadiNhO is a little bit quicker, but this is the kind of opening that's going to change the way we look at this game. Now, 2 factory, when you go 2 factory against some guy going for a fast expansion, if it doesn't work, you're incredibly far behind. What happens when you go 2 factory against someone going 2 factory? Well, it comes down to micro, but neither player is likely to be able to kill each other. So, looks like ByuL is going to get an SCV in there. The scout looks like MadiNhO, unfortunately, is not. MadiNhO had his Marines in a bit of a weird position there, so that was why this SCV was able to come in. But realistically, what ByuL has seen is not really going to change too much. ByuL obviously knows there's 2 factories. He's going for 2 factories as well. MadiNhO is going for mines and vultures first, so that's a major difference at the start of this matchup. Obviously the vulture player will have the additional mobility, but he will be hamstrung the further the game goes on by siege tanks. And obviously this barracks is going to be able to see these vultures heading across the map. They even have speed. They have speed? I don't think they have speed, but thank you very much for the follow. Looks like I need to reload my my overlay, my Streamlabs one, so I'll do that in the middle, like, after the game, obviously. But looks like we have a star poll coming in here for MadiNhO. Now, if you don't know MadiNhO very well, he is a very strong 2v2 player. Oh my god, the tank actually getting caught out by these vultures. Gonna be laying mines to stop this tank from getting back to defend. This is a very important moment that Bangalore helping the tank just a little bit, get an extra shot on those vultures. But you can see that MadiNhO is taking a fair amount of map control already. He does need to make sure he uses all of his mines. The good targeting by ByuL is going to be able to take down at least a few of these mines. Oh, a mine connects! And that's a lot of damage on these early tanks. ByuL is relying a lot on these. Now, 2 of his tanks are heavily damaged. The third one is stuck in no man's land amongst all the mines. And now we see the speed coming in for MadiNhO. ByuL is going for speed as well. We're going to get into a weird moment in this game where we're going to see some vulture wars. Now, looks like the Marine did manage to find the vultures, which is something. ByuL is going to be trying to take his expansion. MadiNhO certainly does need to look at doing that soon, but he has been constantly producing, and as I say that, he's not, but constantly producing a dropship and vultures. And I mean, these mines are going to help him, but they're a little bit too close to his base for my own liking. I think he should really be pushing out on the map. I think he's a little bit worried about how many vultures there are for his opponent. He doesn't really have the map vision too much, but it looks like the mines are going to see these vultures. And he is going to be able to load up his dropship and try and go around the edge. Now, this is a very strong play. Oh my god, does ByuL actually see the dropship? I think he does. If he saw that, that's going to be a massive moment in this game. We should see ByuL start to send a lot of units back home. But looks like he is going to try and break up the ramp. Good target firing by ByuL. Going to take down one of those defending vultures, but looks like no damage is going to be committed here. Maybe 1 or 2 SCVs. But that's not going to be such a massive deal. The big deal is going to be this drop as it gets in the main. There's absolutely no units back here to defend. 2 vultures coming in. But this is going to be a lot of dead SCVs. MadiNhO with a very strong position in this game, killing 4, 5 SCVs now, I believe it is. That must have been a 6th, 7th. Another one gonna likely go down before this vulture's cleaned up as well. And what a great drop by MadiNhO. Now the one benefit ByuL has is he has this additional command center. There is no possible way for MadiNhO to expand at the moment. So it looks like he is going to load up yet another drop and try and go for some more units. And Blair, the same thing happened to me on Eon's stream earlier. I followed him and I'm like, I'm sure I followed you so many, so many days ago. Looks like we are going to have, oh man, this is going to be a strong drop. 2 tanks, or 1 tank, 2 vultures. MadiNhO definitely does need to expand. He is going to find himself getting further and further behind. But can he make this drop do even more damage? There is a tank sieged up to defend. Oh my god, he's actually going to be able to siege up behind the minerals. And this is going to force a reaction from ByuL as he pulls his tank out of siege mode. He's going to move forward with the Goliaths. Oh, the Goliath's eating a couple of mines. That's a huge amount of damage to be taking. The tank actually from MadiNhO ByuL gonna get the better engagement, but somehow MadiNhO with the better target firing gets a couple of shots off with the vultures as well. And ByuL is back to mining on just 1 base. Now there's actually going to be double dropship coming in from MadiNhO now. Scans going down from ByuL. Scans going down from MadiNhO as well. Oh, looks like the units have been cleaned up at the back. The vultures being very, very annoying. Oh, a huge mine going off again on yet another vulture. And here is the double dropships. They're going to drop on top of the ramp. And if ByuL is cut out from his base, what is he going to do? He's actually going to drop the tanks out of siege range. But they're going to be able to take down the tank at the very least. Looks like we have more and more vultures in the main base. It's really hard. Oh, that hot pickup there by MadiNhO going to force ByuL's SCVs away from mining. He really needs to send those vultures in to clean those up. Looks like he's going to siege up on the high ground, force a lift on this command center, but there is going to be 2 tanks here. Is there going to be a 3rd dropship? Yes, there is another 2 tanks coming in, and it looks like MadiNhO is pulling ByuL apart here. Not the kind of result you would expect from a game like this, but MadiNhO showing his prowess in 2v2 and those kind of micro situations. Oh my god, losing a tank there, very, very unfortunate. Gonna try and get a couple of shots off on the SCVs, only manages to get 1, but there is still no expansion from MadiNhO, but he has forced the CC away. And not only that, he's also got map vision, so it's going to be very difficult for these tanks to engage into him. And the dropship is still alive. He should actually have another couple of dropships coming over. Looks like he's going to give up this position for now, doesn't want to risk losing those tanks. And also there is another drop here at the bottom of the main. Does clear up those with the tanks. ByuL's tanks have been absolutely... Twitch must have had a hiccup. Oh, okay, fair enough. Maybe that happened. But here we go. Looks like we are going to have double dropship coming in once again. But now ByuL is starting to get prepared. He's got spider mines all over the place. And MadiNhO really does need to look at taking an expansion. The command center is finally coming up. Oh, looks like we are going to have a move out by ByuL. Good target firing by ByuL there. Managing to take out both the tanks. Looks like the tanks did drop down on top of the mines but get picked up immediately. And MadiNhO doing yet more damage to ByuL right now. And more mines being laid down. Can he get a mine on top of this mineral line? That's going to make it very, very difficult. Looks like another 2 vultures are being pulled in behind this as well to try and surround the units. He is going to drop a couple of vultures. Does need to block this command center, which he does manage to do. But double tank still alive in the main. Vultures getting more SCV kills. Dropship is pulling back home. And it looks like MadiNhO could have done critical damage here to ByuL. ByuL has been unable to really push back. These tanks doing so much damage. Huge shots going down on those SCVs. Another tank should go down with good target firing, but no. ByuL does manage to keep that alive. MadiNhO actually choosing to kill the Goliath to allow his dropships to keep coming in. Very, very smart choice. But MadiNhO does eventually need to take this expansion. ByuL unable to take his, of course. And ByuL is down to just 2 tanks at the moment. Did he shoot his own SCVs with his tank? That was so strange. Okay, well I don't know what happened there, but there we go. Another 4 vultures are going to be dropped in here. Does need to be very careful of this mine in the mineral line as well, because things are going to start to get really, really out of hand really, really fast. He's actually going to be using the vulture as a vulture bomb against the SCVs. You know, another dropship is coming in. That's going to be another 2 tanks to really round out that force. The Vultures going down into the natural, going to be able to put down a couple more of those mines. MadiNhO is actually sending his tanks to the back of the natural now. He's going to go for a contain. He knows that the damage realistically that he can do to the main is now going to be heavily mitigated. Now, he does need to somehow clear these mines, otherwise he cannot expand himself. But just look at this position that MadiNhO has. How on earth is ByuL going to get down this ramp to deal with this? He's going to try and send out his command center, but little does he know there's 2 tanks waiting for him, and a lot of mines there as well. Now, we're going to have this weird, awkward dance where MadiNhO tries to push forward with his tanks. Oh, nice moves, picking up the tank so his units can shoot at the mine, and then picks it back up again. What a great move by MadiNhO here. Now, if MadiNhO can keep up his ability to build SCVs, if he can keep up in macro against the macro machine that is ByuL, then he is going to be in a great position. MadiNhO actually going for 2-4 Wraith behind this. There is an armory, of course, for ByuL. It's not been able to get a +1 attack upgrade or anything. But looks like we are going to have Vultures laying more and more mines, just keeping absolute map vision over everything. You can see like there's very few paths that he's going to be able to get out of the base. Oh wow, he's actually going to keep his... Oh, I think he tried to land the barracks there to do damage. Here we go, looks like he is going to be able to take down one of the tanks. Is MadiNhO, is he going to get the other one? Yes, he is. And that's another 2 tanks that ByuL just does not have. And finally we do see this base by MadiNhO. Does need to take his gas fairly shortly, but he is loading up more dropships, pushing further across. Looks like MadiNhO is just trying to defend as well. He's not 100% certain of what's going on in ByuL's base right now, but 2 Goliaths going to be able to push away this dropship for now. Makes it a little bit more annoying. One of the tanks has been taken down in the natural division advantage here, obviously going to ByuL, so ByuL is going to be able to take out this tank here. He is going to get the first shot, so this will eventually win. And a nice repair coming in on the SCV as well, just cementing that win. Now the Wraith count is continuing to improve. ByuL not scanning. It's going to be MadiNhO going for a scan there. I don't think he's seen the 2-4 Wraith yet. He is still building Vultures and not too many Goliaths, so... Oh, the mines are actually going to spot this drop being picked up though. That's kind of a big, important moment in the game. Oh my god, this is going to be triple dropship now. It doesn't matter how... 2 Goliaths are not going to be enough to push away triple dropship. There is another 2 in the natural, but that's not going to be enough. If he just drops in the main, he's going to have to contest with units. Now, did ByuL... I think ByuL may have seen the Wraiths. He's going to use the Wraiths to move in with Cloak, take out the Goliaths first of all, and this is going to be very difficult. I don't actually think there's a scan. There is only 1 scan at the moment for ByuL, and it looks like ByuL is going to use that scan, but that's not going to be enough to be able to take down all of these Wraiths. The Goliath's going to go down, and more importantly, triple dropship coming in. Oh no, he's dropping on the mine! A huge mine going off on this drop, but doesn't matter. This is so much damage going to be coming in from MadiNhO. And ByuL looks like he could be on his last leg, with MadiNhO once again not splitting his tanks. Not going to get the best engagement, but good usage of the Wraith to really clear up as many of these tanks as possible. But without any tanks, there's going to be no hope left for ByuL. And oh my god, ByuL's actually pulling all those SCVs. He wants to try and kill these tanks with the SCVs, although the Wraiths are going to be coming in. They're going to be doing so much damage to this SCV. Not going to stop the engineering bay coming up as well. ByuL is in absolute panic mode. MadiNhO up over 50 supply. And ByuL is 100% dead in this game. MadiNhO taking a 3rd base behind this. Not playing super greedy, actually going to load up a triple dropship again, although that one's empty. But I mean, just MadiNhO has played absolutely stellar this game, just picking apart ByuL at every single second. I mean, there are scans now, so he has managed to push away the Wraiths for now, but he still has to contend with this constant dropship pressure from ByuL. He's actually losing from MadiNhO even. He's losing his depots. He's gonna lose his... He actually lost his armory already. And there's still Wraiths being produced by MadiNhO as well. So this is bound to be the death knell for ByuL. He's gonna lose his main command center if he doesn't lift it. And ByuL's still down at 21 supply. He doesn't want to process that he's lost the game just yet. Wants to believe he can come back in, but with 5 rates even, flying over, looks like ByuL did throw down a scan to see what units are left in the main, check the factory count as well. But his main base is gone. With quad rates coming in as well, he's not got an armory to build any anti-air anymore. And there's no turrets even. ByuL is sat AFK with some SCVs. MadiNhO is just doing an incredible job. A triple dropship even going in around the edge of the map, probably to scout for any hidden bases. But MadiNhO has taken his third base, should see him transferring some SCVs over there soon. He's adding on his armory finally. Very, very late armory, which obviously isn't something you want to be doing a lot. But he is going to scan the natural. He's going to drop ahead of the natural because he knows there's no siege tanks. And we should see him just push forward with siege with these rates. And ByuL is going to be forced to tap out here. There's absolutely nothing ByuL can do. GG! And MadiNhO takes down ByuL in a cool TBT. This is ByuL, the guy who made it to the ASL round of 24. I believe he made it twice in a row. Unfortunately, didn't make it out. But he did play in the Mu Pro League finals as well, and he beat... Who did he beat in? I think it was a TBT. He replaced C, and he played against Mind, was it? I think it may have been Mind, but either way, ByuL won, and it was a sick game as well. So ByuL is a really good player. MadiNhO on the day here, though, did have the better game, played absolutely stellar with his sort of 2v2-ish, forced into 1v1 micro style. And you know what? It paid off in dividends, making great usage of the map features, getting great early map control with his vultures. And that's going to tie the series up 1-1.